I'm back, bitches. Sorry, the lighting is literally so ass. I'm literally just being lit by this heated lamp. You can't even see it. But I'm very anti overhead light, and yeah, I just don't feel like doing that. So, anyway, I'm back. Today's Tuesday. I recorded last on Saturday. And I meant to record both Sunday and Monday because I literally said that I was going to do this every day and then proceeded to not do it for the next 2 days. But Sunday I went to church, hung out with Rebecca after church, and then I don't remember exactly what happened, but I came home and had an anxiety attack, I think. I was really not doing well mentally. And then so I didn't record, but it was fully my intention to come home and record, but I literally was like, I'm gonna have a panic attack, so I couldn't do it. And then yesterday, I I was gonna do it during the day, and then I just kind of I think I was still reeling from whatever mental health thing I was experiencing on Sunday, and so I didn't record all day yesterday. And I went and hung out with a friend, and then at that friend's house, I had an IBS attack, and fully had diarrhea, and they bought me an Uber home, and thank God. And I literally was in the Uber home Grace, do not shit your pants, do not shit your pants, do not shit your pants. It was bad. I was clutching to the door don't poop, bitch. So I didn't record last night either. So here we are today. It is 9:19, and I am about to eat some Chipotle with you guys. My leftovers from lunch. I'm not really a Chipotle girl, but I hung out with Rebecca today because I keep mentioning Rebecca. I don't remember if I've mentioned her before, but she's my friend and also my music partner. We have music coming out together. Stay tuned. And we were working on that for a couple hours today, and she bought me lunch and she wanted Chipotle, so who am I to complain? And thank God, because I got 2 meals out of it, and low-key, I can not afford to feed myself right now, so this is a blessing. Lord bless this food and the hands that made it and the hands that bought it for me. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I also have chips. I have Amberlyn Reed, of course, on my screen. It's literally okay. It gets annoying though because the compilations just become the same thing over and over and over again, and I'm like, guys, can we switch it up, please? I've seen these clips a billion times. And me personally, I prefer the old school ones from the Beck and the Destiny era because that's when I started watching. But I feel most of the time it's not from that era. It's it's more recent, post-COVID stuff. Anyway, that's what's going on with me. Yeah, I also really have to pee, but my roommate's in the bathroom, and now I've started recording, so I'm not gonna pee for the next hour. But baby, that's life. That's life. So anyway, yeah. So let me start eating my food. A little mukbang moment, if you will, which is kind of crazy, low key. Never thought of myself as someone who would do a mukbang. Oh, if you're wondering what I get in my Chipotle bowl, because I never get Chipotle, it always changes. So today I got white rice and chicken, fajita veggies, the corn salsa, because I love corn. I got lettuce, which I kind of regretted. I always get lettuce, and then I'm always this added nothing. I gained nothing from this. So it's really no point. I got the cilantro lime sauce that's new. Very good. I like it. And then I got sour cream and cheese. And I think that's it. The shredded cheese, not the queso. And I think that's it. And honestly, it was very good. I'm happy with this purchase. So I also have chips. I did not pay for these. Or I didn't order these. Rebecca ordered these for herself and then gave me the extra, which was very nice. I don't really have a drink though, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna eat my Chipotle. Sorry if this is gross. I might not ever do this again. I just really need to eat, so I'm gonna eat. Period. Okay. Let's talk about music stuff because it's kind of exciting. So, Rebecca and I are releasing an EP soon. It's all covers, so it's nothing like too crazy. Um, but we're releasing an EP, and we're hoping to release a single this Friday. We recorded a cover of Edelweiss, like in October, and we had planned to release it for Christmas time, but it never ended up happening. And so I was like, well, I really want to turn that into an EP because like I really want to release that song anyway because I love that song. I think it's very relevant to right now too. We can talk about that in a second. But I love that song and I really wanted to release it, and I loved the way that we did it because it was slightly different. And yeah, so it didn't get recorded, and then I had this thought of like, well, what if we release it and we put it on like a spring themed EP, and maybe every song title has a flower in it, and it can be like a spring thing, and Edelweiss is a winter flower, so we could release it in March, and that could be like kind of like the end of wintry song. So the plan is to release that this Friday, but then today we cannot find our. Hey Patsy, are you saying hey? You saying hey? I look really blonde right now. I think it's just the lighting, but anyway. She's saying hey. She's like nuzzling up. Are you making out with my computer? Yeah. Patsy. You just want to talk? Girl. What? You need some attention? Can I get you away from the camera a little bit so I can talk to my friends? Okay. You do your thing, girl. Anyway, we can't find the original recording of it that we did. So we're gonna record it tomorrow and just release a scratch track of it because it's like fine. And that's basically what we did last time, was just a scratch. If you don't know, a scratch track is kind of like, okay, honey, you gotta stop. You gotta stop nudging the thing. I know. A scratch track is basically like the pre-track, like it's what you record first as like a test run, and then the real track is what you would like mix and release and like really polish. Scratches just kind of like so you can show the other people involved what this would sound like on an album kind of thing. So we're just gonna release a scratch of it, which is fine, because I just want to release it. You know, I just care about the song and want to record it. It doesn't have to be. I don't like when things sound super overly produced, at least not for this. So yeah, I'm excited to release that, but we have to record it, so I'm a little anxious about it, but I think it'll be fine. So but for me, and this is gonna sound like pretentious, and I don't mean for it to be, because like who the fuck am I to be pretentious, you know? But for me, like I really want the music that I sing to tell a story. I don't want to just I don't want to sing a song for the sake of singing a song. I feel that way with theater too, though I do love things that are just like campy and fun. Like I do think that there should be art that's just fun. It's not necessarily like super relevant or like political or anything. But I think right now, especially for me, I want to do things that are politically leaning or have a message and tell a story. And I like when things do that and not in an overtly explicit way. So Edelweiss to me is political. And it's important to me for a lot of reasons. So I love singing that song. It's one of my favorite songs. Sound of Music is one of my favorite movies. I think I talked about this actually in my last video because I said it's in my Letterboxd top 4. And it was in my stocking when I was a child, and that's how I kind of discovered musical theater and how I discovered acting and music, like really just all at the same time. And I've always loved that song. Always. I think it's just at its core just a beautiful song. But when you think about it in terms of like the context of the show, like they're singing that song as a love song to their country and to the parts of their country that are beautiful, instead of the parts of the country that at that time were participating in a horrific regime and were doing things that they clearly didn't agree with. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like, the movie takes place during the time of World War II and Nazis and all that good fun stuff that I can't explain in a way that's meaningful, but basically, yeah. And I think that's important for right now, just in general in America, because it's really hard to like navigate when you have feelings of like, I do have love for where I'm from but I don't agree with anything that's happening in our government and anything that's happening in how our government is treating the world, and like balancing that. And especially, like, I'm from the South, and so I love the South. I like tell people I'm from the South, and like sometimes it gets a certain reaction, and it should in its own ways. And I dog on it all the time. I make jokes on it all the time, and the way that certain Southerners. Patsy, what are you doing? Is there a bug? Did you find a bug? She's going berserk. What? She's like cracked out. But I think that there's a lot of jokes to be made about the South, and I myself make a lot of them. But I do love the South. I love Appalachia. I love the food. I love the culture. I love a lot of the people. I love the music. I mean, I have so much love for the South and certain aspects of it. But at the same time, oh my gosh, Patsy's like shaking the bed, and I'm trying to like make this like political statement. But at the same time, like, a lot of people that I grew up around, not my family, but a lot of people I grew up around, like, don't think that some of my friends should get married, or don't think that some of my friends should even be in this country, you know. And that's a really hard thing to navigate, but I think Edelweiss does it in a way that's really great, and that's what it means for me. And all of the songs that I really kind of curated it. Rebecca made a joke today that she's like, "You're really doing all the work," and I was like, "I'm really not, because she plays all the instruments. I don't play instruments." She's like, she's really orchestrating a lot of the songs, but I curated it, and I picked out everything, and it all means something to me, and I want everything to sound different but cohesive, and I want everything to be really just, I don't know, I want it to mean something. I want to get up on stage and tell a story, and that's my goal in this life, and that's why I chose to pursue the career path that I'm choosing, albeit it's not the best. I'm very stressed about money. Sorry, my nose is dripping, which is disgusting, but I'm gonna take a break and eat my food real quick. Not all of it, but you know what I mean. So anyway, that was how my day went, was that we were working on music, which is so fun, and we think we might have a gig at the end of August, so it would be a couple months, and then I'm reaching out to a couple places to maybe do something sooner, like July or June, which I think would be really nice. But yeah, that's kind of what's happening right now, and I'm very excited. I hope people like it, and selfishly I hope that it makes me rich and famous, because I'm sick of being poor. So yeah. And I just submitted a bunch of job applications, like, for us to do like gigs. I've applied for a couple, but some of them we're not ready for yet, because we just don't have like the material they want yet, but which is fine. But I've also submitted to a bunch of jobs. I just submitted to like every barista position that's in the city, and I didn't even look at location. So I applied for a cleaning job, and I just need a job because I'm broke, so we'll see. It's kind of rough. I also tried to file for unemployment, but I went to like submit it at the end of my application and it was like, the website's down, sorry. So I'm gonna try again tomorrow. Like within the business hours is what it said to do, so I'm gonna try to do that. And yeah, I just really want to make art, and I really want to. It's the only way I know how to help the world, even though I know it's not a lot of help, and it's also like the only thing I really know how to do. Like I don't really have like. I mean, all my skills are like art related. Like I don't really have like the skills to do other things, and I also just like don't have the wherewithal or the is I don't know if tenacity is the right word. I don't know. But I feel good. I feel weird. Like I feel like I'm moving in the right direction. I feel like I'm also I want to be clear, like I'm very confident in like the end result. I know where I'm gonna end up. I just don't know how to get there. And it's just right now is hard because I'm 24, I'm living in New York, I'm broke. Broke. Like negative money. And that's very stressful. So there's that. But you know, I know where I'm gonna end up. I just don't know how to get there. And I'm being a little bit impatient. I don't want to wait till I'm like 45. Not that 45 is old, but I just don't want to wait. Like, I don't want to be in this position for long. And I can't do anything else other than create, so that's kind of what this is too. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. What else can we discuss? I'm trying to think of things that are just that we need to talk about. Let me eat this chip. Hold on. I really need a drink. Maybe I should go get one. I also thought about live streaming this. I don't know if that's better. I don't know how to do that either. I know like on TikTok and stuff, you have to have a certain amount of followers. Is that the same for YouTube? Like, do I have to have a certain amount of subscribers in order to live stream? I don't know. But maybe I'll do that instead and then just like save them on here. Is that like a thing? Is that easier? I have no idea. It would literally just be this. Like I know a lot of people like live stream video games and stuff. Mine would literally, oh my gosh, my nose is dripping. That's disgusting. Mine would literally like just be this, which like is fine, but I don't know that that's like interesting. I don't think it would get a lot of traction, though. I guess this isn't really getting a lot of traction either yet. It's not getting a lot of traction yet. This is in the archives though for when I'm rich and famous and I've won my awards. Yeah. So okay, my brain is like fried. I think it's because I haven't been eating as much as I should because I'm poor. But I was supposed to make a list of things to talk about and then I just straight up forgot. So my apologies. Like my AC/DC shirt. I don't really listen to AC/DC, but this is my brother's old t-shirt, so I like it. I like wearing my dad and my brother's old t-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff. If you see me wear like a big t-shirt or sweatshirt, nine times out of 10, it was one of theirs. Except the Buc-ee's one is mine. I bought that for myself of my own free will, and it was just because the 3X was like the only size. It was like a 3X or an extra small, and I was like, well, I don't want an extra small, so I got a 3X. So, period. Okay, what is there to talk about? Let me look at my email. Anyway, sorry. Theater stuff, booking stuff. Nothing crazy. Oh, guys, you want to know something stupid? This is so dumb. But I told you I have like an unnecessary amount of confidence, even though when I talk to you guys, it really doesn't look like it because you guys are seeing like my personal diary. But in general, I have a lot of confidence. And I started DMing Tyreek Withers because I think he's so fine. And I think we would just, I don't know, I think his personality is funny, and I think that he would be fun to hang out with. And I'm bored, so I just like DM'd him, and the first one I sent was like, "You single?" And then I started sending him like cringy reels of like couples, and I'd be like, "Us," with like a heart. I've only done it like once though, and I was high as fuck. Which actually, maybe I should take an edible. Maybe that would be fun if I took an edible on screen. Anyway, I was high, and I messaged him. I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. Apologies. So sorry about that. I did cover my mouth, don't worry, and my nose. But yeah, he hasn't responded, if you're wondering, and I don't expect him to. He's way too cool and far out of my league. But maybe one day I'll be really cool, and like he'll be like, "Wow, Grace Hayes messaged me on Instagram." And maybe I'll still be single. Who knows? But I'm not looking for anything. I really don't want to date anybody right now. I like fully intend on being single, like genuinely, for the rest of my life. And I think that's just, I don't know. I just don't see it in the cards for me that there's like a soulmate for me. I can't remember his name. Sorry, my roommate's dog is barking. I don't remember his name, but oh gosh, you guys, I don't remember his name, but he was a guest on Caleb Heron's podcast recently, and he was like, I'm just a really specific type of person, and I have really like a really specific kind of person that I would be interested in, and like the odds of me finding somebody that's like compatible 100% like is just really slim. And that's kind of how I feel. Like I feel like the odds of me finding somebody that doesn't hate me and also like fits my standards, which I have high ones, like I feel like it's just really slim. So I'm not dating or anything, but I just was bored and DM'd him, and That's my prerogative. I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to do that. Anyway. This one might be shorter because genuinely I don't know what to talk about. And usually I have so many things I want to speak on all the time, but I just don't know what to say right now. And I think my brain is just a little bit dead because all I've eaten today was half of a Chipotle bowl. So I don't know what to talk about. Let me put this down. Let's discuss something. Oh, I can tell you more about my music that I'm releasing. I guess. Well, maybe that's a spoiler, actually. Maybe I'll wait until it's closer to, because I also don't want to jinx anything, because, like, we think we have a studio space. We're, like, pretty positive we have a space, but we don't know 100% if we do. And, like, I don't want to say, like, oh, because that's what I last for the Christmas album, is that I was like, oh, we're gonna release something on this date, and then it just didn't happen, and like it never happened. And so I'm scared that that's gonna happen this time, but I really hope that it gets released. Like, I hope everything's fine, and I just like really need to do that artistically, and I just think that it's the right thing to do, even if it's just scratches. I mean, Norah Jones' first whole album was all scratch tracks, and she fucking like got a Grammy. So yeah. So maybe it'll be good. Maybe I can like really do something with my life and not feel guilty. I feel like I do carry like a lot of guilt for just like pursuing art, I think, because I think it takes a lot of privilege to be able to do it too. And I don't know, I just feel like I should be doing, I feel like I should have already done a lot more. And I think I wasted a lot of time in my life like being really scared to do stuff, and like, okay, literally ignore me, but I think I wasted a lot of time like being really scared and miserable, and I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to do the thing. I just want to do it, and I really feel that that's what I'm supposed to do. My nose is dripping snot. Do y'all see that? Y'all see that? Patsy, eat my fucking Chipotle bowl. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go because I look disgusting. But I'm gonna release this for authenticity because I recorded it, so I'm gonna release it. I'm sorry it's a little shorter. I do plan on doing these every day, so we're gonna see how tomorrow goes. I mean, I really want to do it like every day, if not every other day. But we'll see. I'm gonna blow my nose, maybe take an allergy pill, eat my food, go to bed, maybe read a little bit because I haven't read in a little bit. But okay, I'm sorry that this was so not great and that I sneeze and I look gross, but I love you guys. And yeah, much love. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I hope that, I don't know, I hope you feel great in the world. Okay, love you. Bye.